Let me guess, you're active duty military, a military spouse, or a veteran asking yourself, is MacDill Air Force Base the base of preference for me and my family? Well, this video is exactly for you. What is going on, YouTube? If you are new to the channel, welcome, and if you are returning, welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Shandon Kaya, your trusted Tampa Bay real estate advisor. And as the host of the Living in Tampa Bay channel, I specialize in helping active duty military members, military families, and veterans who are PCSing to MacDill Air Force Base and or using their VA loan relocate to the Tampa Bay area. In this video, I'm gonna break down the real pros and cons of Tampa Bay living and what it's actually like to be near and around MacDill Air Force Base. And by the end of this video, you should have a clear idea if MacDill is gonna be your BOP or if another base would suit you better. MacDill Air Force Base consistently remains as one of the most requested bases in the nation, and for good reason. MacDill is home to the U.S. Central Command, the U.S. Special Operations Command, and multiple joint service and leadership roles. And moving here means career-enhancing opportunities, opportunities to work in operational and strategic leadership roles, and of course, amazing networking opportunities. For many service members, MacDill isn't just a base, it's a career move. And for families, Tampa Bay offers something that many other bases don't: a real civilian lifestyle outside the gate and a quality of life you cannot find anywhere else in the country. So we're gonna start with the pros, and the first one is obvious. We all know that Florida weather tops every other state in the nation. As you can see right now, it is a Monday afternoon and it is a bit windy, which I hope doesn't affect the audio, but it's still a beautiful day. You have a ton of people walking on this North Shore strip here, and this wraps around the entirety of the bay. And this kind of active outdoor lifestyle with the warm weather is something you can do year round. Amongst the most popular activities are going to be boating, kayaking, fishing, running. Honestly, any outdoor activity that you can think of, we got it here in Florida. And if you're coming from a base or a state that is colder, then this alone is going to be life-changing for you. Pro number two is the geographic strength of the Tampa Bay area. We're talking about location, but also it's one of the most diverse metro areas in the entire country. So for amenities, you have a long strip of nearly 20 beaches between Clearwater Beach and St. Pete Beach. You also have the downtowns of St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater. You have professional sports teams like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, NFL. You have the Tampa Bay Rays, MLB. You have the Tampa Bay Lightning, which is the NHL. And you have the Tampa Bay Rowdies, which is a league under the MLS for professional soccer. And let's not forget, Orlando is the next major city over. You're only just an hour and a half away from major parks like Disney World and Universal Studios. It's also worth mentioning that we have the Tampa International Airport, and this past year was ranked #1 in the nation for international airports, as well as the St. Pete Clearwater International Airport. And while they do offer more domestic flights, you can still get nearby international flights out of there as well. So for military families, a weekend trip doesn't necessarily require a PCS move. Pro number three are going to be your housing options and the VA loan advantages. Tampa Bay is an extremely military-friendly area, and this is where I spend a lot of my time helping clients find housing opportunities and options that are perfect for them. In terms of communities around MacDill Air Force Base, you will find areas like South Tampa neighborhoods. Then if you head east outside Tampa, you have Brandon and Riverview areas, and a little further south of there is Apollo Beach. And if you're open to a commute, you can come across the bridge to the west and head to St. Petersburg. And then using your VA loan, you have the opportunity to put zero money down. You avoid private mortgage insurance, which is going to save you tons of money in your monthly payment. You also can oftentimes get a better interest rate than other traditional mortgage or loan options. And then there's also a ton of options, especially in today's market, to assume VA mortgages. So you can use your VA benefits to secure a much greater interest rate that someone got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years ago. I most recently put a client under contract a couple months ago, and they were able to assume a mortgage of 2.5% interest. That is insane in today's market. Compared to other high demand bases across the nation, Tampa Bay still offers a wide variety of housing selection if you know where to look. Now, another huge pro that Tampa Bay offers that other areas or bases may not is schools. And for families with children, this really matters. And a few clients that I've helped this year, this was very important to them. Tampa Bay offers highly rated public school options, charter and magnet schools, as well as faith-based schools. And every neighborhood is different, but certain pockets offer a ton of value when it comes to education for the younger generation. And because Tampa Bay is such a military-friendly area, there's already a ton of other military families where you can move into certain neighborhoods where you're gonna have a lot of people in your same shoes. Okay, so with good, there has to be bad. The other side of the coin, and the first con we're gonna talk about is the traffic. Now, with any metro area, especially one that's developing as rapidly as Tampa Bay, you're gonna have tons of congestion, especially around the Air Force Base. Now, if you're unfamiliar, MacDill is located at the very southern tip of the Tampa Peninsula, centered right in the middle of the entire bay. And getting down through that corridor of the peninsula can be very troublesome in certain times of the day. But if you can avoid the higher traffic hours, then you typically can get there in a decent time. So that means there are limited roads on and off base. You have rush hour bottlenecks, and then you have bridge traffic if you decide to move into one of those areas on the other side of the bay, like Clearwater or St. Pete. So where you decide to live matters a lot here, because an extra 5 miles can mean an additional 30 minutes each way. Now, the second con, and perhaps the biggest one, is the cost of living. As demand to be in Tampa Bay has increased over the past several years, so has the cost of living. Home values near and around MacDill Air Force Base are higher than most other military bases around the nation. And then you have continued rising insurance costs, especially homeowners insurance and property taxes throughout the entire state. And then simple things like utilities and groceries seem to be on a continued rise as well. And I'm not sure if it's due to inflation or increased demand to be in the area, or other things that we can't control within the state. But the good news for you is with the VA loan, you can still come out ahead compared to renting, but budgeting is going to be the key here. Con number 3, hurricanes and insurance. And while we were safe this year, last year we got hit pretty bad across the entirety of Tampa Bay. Yes, storm prep is a real thing. Yes, there are a such thing as flood zones, and for these areas, insurance is going to be required and oftentimes higher than other areas. And for that reason, flood zones matter here than most other places. That is why working with a local realtor who knows the area and knows military relocations is so important. So the last con I would have to put on Tampa Bay is the snowbird and tourist season. Now, as someone who moved from Ohio, who in the past could have been considered a snowbird, I didn't really understand this one, and I sometimes am still a little bit blind to it, but it is real. During peak season, which would be winter, or right around this time, all the way through till about February, maybe early March, the roads get way busier, the restaurants are packed, and short-term rentals increase significantly in some areas. So if you're someone who is looking for a more year-round consistency, then this is something for you to consider. So now the question has to be asked, is MacDill the right BOP for you? MacDill Air Force Base might be for you if you value career progression and falling into active leadership opportunities. If you and your family value a civilian lifestyle outside and off the base, if you plan on using your VA loan to buy a home, and if you enjoy warm weather, being outdoors, and living an active lifestyle. Now, MacDill might not be for you if you want a lower cost of living, or if you want to live in a more rural or isolated base or area. If you hate traffic and crowds, or if you're looking for a short commute with minimal planning. Now, there's no right or wrong answer. It's all up to what is the best fit for you and how your needs can be met. If you're considering putting MacDill Air Force Base down as your base of preference, or you already have orders to move here and want help figuring out where to live, how to use your VA loan, and best figure out what your family's needs are going to be, that's exactly what I do. If this is you or someone you may know, drop a comment or reach out to me directly. I'm going to drop my contact information on screen so you can reach out, and please do not hesitate to reach out, as I'm always here to be a resource for you. I'm also going to be dropping a link in the description of this video to my completely free guide to PCSing to MacDill Air Force Base. All you have to do is copy and paste that into your search bar, and it will take you straight to the PDF, again, completely free. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, I ask that you go down, drop a like, comment, and hit that subscribe button, because it genuinely helps me continue to create more content like this for you guys. Also, be sure to share this with someone else who may be considering moving to MacDill Air Force Base. I'll be seeing you in the next video. Peace.